I've been given a challenge and I say I accept. This is a late 50s floor polisher and was last used in the mid to late 60s and has been sat, well, pretty much unused ever since. Now, I have gotten ahead of myself and started getting into it before I actually started shooting the video. So let's just slow it down a bit and I'll get you guys up to speed. So this is a late 50s Electrolux floor polisher. Like I say, it hasn't been used since, well, my dad seems to reckon the late 60s or early 70s, so that's easily 56 years this thing hasn't been switched on. The wiring here is old VIR flex, and as you can see by the state of it, it's not in the greatest of conditions. You can see it's all quite perished and cracked, but I mean it's close, but yeah, you can see that's the original colour of it, like a gunmetal grey, and it's now a nasty minging orange slash yellow. But it was in a smoker's environment because that's, well, smoking was very popular back in those days. And the rubbers around the bump stops, or the edging round here, is not in the greatest nick. So we could say this is what, at least 70 years old, maybe a little bit younger. But yeah, so if we gingerly pop the lid off without it coming back on our heads. Hold on, get a bit more of a better look at the hood of this thing. It's definitely a 50s design, or even an early 60s maybe. But yeah, it's in really good nick considering its age. Yes, I have still got the pin and that was in this that's holding the lid on. That's the only way I could see you getting in this thing, to be honest. But yeah, plastic's still got a lot of life in it considering its age. This thing is pretty much original apart from missing its plug, but the rest of it is just there. So we've still got that, but yeah, I'm going to check the wiring over. But look at the nicotine fluff on this. There isn't that much of an aroma of fags coming off this thing. That's what it is. It's basically fag dust throughout the whole years that this thing was in a smoker's house. Doesn't smell that strong to me considering I am a smoker. But a non-smoker would go, this is absolutely minging. But not that bad really. Let's get that hoovered out. That cleared out, but it's mainly around here. Hoping that capacitor's still good, but I think that's just an EMF suppression capacitor, because this is a universal motor, which I'll show you in a minute. So what we'll do, the wiring don't look too bad on here, to be fair. Then we'll get this brush off when we're finished. It don't look too bad wiring wise, considering the age. Cast alley housing on the motor, potentially the foot plate, and then an old Bakelite switch. Hopefully that still works, but we'll see. And then this is the data plate. So B9 model number, serial number E. Now if I'm seeing that right, it's 9th of January 1967 or 16th of July 1969. But I would say it's the other one, to be honest. 9th of January 1967, maybe. Who actually knows? For any of the collectors of these devices, we'll be able to put a date on this thing. I was going to say early 50s. And feel free to let us know in the comments. The plastic is in decent nick for its age, to be honest. Grab handle's still good. That's got light wear on there. But yeah, the plan is to get rid of this old VIR Flex and replace it with a new Flex. Well, it's not going to colour match, but it is what it is. And then we'll see if we can get it going. Colour matching 13 amp plug top. Obviously change the fuse down because it's only 250 watts. And we're using 0.75 3-core flex, which is suitable for 5 amps. It will never pull that. We'll be good. Alright, so we've got the lead replaced. I love the smell of Bakelite as well, it's just an interesting smell. And considering this belt's what, 65, 70 years old, there's hardly any cracks on it anywhere, to be totally honest. Yeah, so I'll say this is a universal motor, so let's see what it will do. Put it on as a noise output, see what it does. Alright, let's see if it will work. Just bringing the voltage up gradually because it's going. Oh wow! First time in years. But this thing's moved. It's only on 120 volts. That's just a free spinner. I don't make them like they used to. Right, let's take her up to 240, slowly and steady. $200, $220, and $230. Let's see if the switch does anything. I've got safety glasses on just in case it shoots anything out. That one's not balanced. How cool's that? First time in many years this thing's run. Sweet. Awesome. Ready. They're just free wheels. There's not attached to it in any way. Unless it's meant to. I don't know. Oh, I just got it on a jerry rig at the minute. He's happy enough. So the question is, does the switch work? I'll take that as a yes. Wow, there you have it. Still works all these years later. Oh, you can smell it. Hot Bakelite. It stinks. Considering that motor's run for, what, about a minute in total? It's not that warm. It's actually stone cold still. But I'd probably recommend some new brushes and an armature clean up. Because you can see the spark. There's a fair bit of corrosion build up over the years. Its storage hasn't really done it many favours, as you can tell. But yeah, how cool's that? Sweet. I'll do a follow up tomorrow, because it is getting quite late now, and I need to get myself sorted out for a week. So yeah, I'll finish off that, give it a clear out or blow out or whatever, and stick the plug on it, put the lid back on, and we'll give it back. Because all they didn't want to spend any money on it, just getting new rubbers or anything. They just wanted to see if it still runs, and replace the lead and put a plug on the end of it. And yeah, we'll call it as good as. They really don't make them like they used to. Alright, see you tomorrow. So I've been trying to get an ID on how old this thing actually is, and I'm hoping that this markings here, 159, I'm hoping that is the manufacturer's date, so January of 1959 potentially. Again, people that know more about these vintage equipment, you can let us know in the comments, because I'm curious to see. It might not be as old as I'm being told it is. Right, so got the foot pedal switch thing in. I did verify that the on-off switch, or the micro switch, well, pretty much a genuine light switch, near enough. Works, and it does. Now I'm gonna literally put this thing back together and send her back, pretty much. Not been really given too much, like they're not really fussed having the all the rubbers fixed or replaced or anything. They just want to, well, trip down memory lane, I guess. That is pretty much that all back together. Annoyingly, that's just come off. It is what it is. Alright, don't forget to change fuse. And change that to 5, which is that one there. And then, forgot to mention, this is, believe it or not, a double insulated appliance, so it does need an earth. But, overcautious me, might as well just earth the cable instead then. No harm in that. Just coiled up in the top of this plug. Yeah. Oh well, overkill, but that's what I could get. We'll admit, these plug tops are getting thinner and cheaper feeling as the years go by. And I can guarantee you that is not brass. That is probably just a brass alloy, or an alloy coated in brass. That won't be pure brass, but could be wrong. It could be a lower grade, but yeah. Tell these are really thin and nasty nowadays compared to what they used to be like. When was this made? 2025, 36th week. PMS used to be a good brand back in the day. Oh well. This one's 2025. This one, where's the date code on here? 91 potentially. Yeah, this is a lot thicker. That is so thin. That's the way things are going these days. I don't think of it. I doubt that is 1981. Nah. Don't know actually. Aim for the first 1991 maybe? Who knows. This one's, like I say, got a bit of gravity to it, where that one hasn't. Worrying. I don't know how well this is going to work. Probably not very nice. Yep. This is just going to be... It is what it is. I just want to check I haven't undone anything. Cool. Right, that is that one done. Oh, in this next bag, there's all the attachments that come with it, and extra pads too. It's even got the dispenser, made in Sweden. Shame there is no mandate on this either. But yeah, it's what it is. Cool. Like I say, this bag isn't the original one that came with it, obviously, and probably doubt that one either. But yeah, so that's ready to go back to my mum and dad. Well, my dad more like, and yeah, good to go. That is even electrically sound, to be fair. Done a pat test on it, totally fine.